Ladies and gents, in this one we're going to take a look at a new region of Mars called Von Kármán, and a site I discovered just to the north of the circular depression that NASA calls Von Kármán. So get your coffee, tea or favorite soda ready, and let's get cracking on. I think I'll make a habit of this one, guys. Helps me keep the energy levels up there. So just before we proceed, I want to thank Jerry Alfred for his generous contribution towards my work and research over on my PayPal account. Jerry, huge thumbs up to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're looking at a rocky terrain sample, or that's what NASA calls this little site that they photographed for us near Von Kármán. It was acquired on the 27th of March 2011 at a high res of 25 centimeters per pixel. 1:1 binning was used, and the anomalies I'm showing you are cropped from this JP2 black and white map projected file, just over 600 megabytes in size. There's a look at the low res black and white, and the anomalies I'm showing you are these larger white dots scattered about throughout this terrain. Right, so this site is located in the southern mid-latitudes of Mars, 63.03 degrees south, 300.47 degrees east. And it's over here, just next to that circular depression called Von Kármán. Check out all the other sites with anomalies and artifacts here, guys. We'll have a look at some of those towards the end of the video. Right, so the first anomaly we're checking out is right there in the center, folks, and we've got a little slab lying there, partially covered in sand over there to the right. And that object is about 5 by 5 by 5 meters in size. If we zoom up, we can see these straight edges, smooth flat surface, and then the 90-degree angles to those two corners that are visible. Next anomaly, guys, right there. This piece is about 10 by 15 or 14 meters in size, and on top of it, parallel to this one side, we've got a smaller block over there. That's about 5 meters long. So check this out, guys. We've got straight edges, slightly elevated over here to the right, and then a strange a rounded piece seems to be attached to that larger part. So what are we looking at here? It looks like some type of wreckage. Wonder if that could even be top of a dolmen setup. Right, then we're looking at this block. It's about 14 to 15 meters long, and in its center we've got a protrusion or knob there. Also straight edges and a right angle here, and it's slightly curved over here to the right. Next one, folks, this piece is about 12 by 10 meters in size, and it's just to the right of the one we just checked out. And we can also see it's got a right angle there, piece carved out of the one corner, very similar to that huge block my friend Saturn Arc found in Asimov. And then on top of it over here we've got what looks like a side view of a disc-like object, almost like a hatch. Guys and girls, I really don't know what to make of these anymore. It's the weirdest phenomenon on Mars. I don't think anyone else covers this subject like I do, so I know it sounds boring, whatever, but I need to show you guys these things. There's something going on Mars which is really weird, or at least something did happen on Mars. We can see the devastation for sure, but these objects I'm finding are really perplexing. I mean, there's another one down there with a knob on it, right in its center. So let's check out this one. It's got like a oval plectrum shape to it, like so many others I've shown you guys. That piece there is about 12 meters across. You can see the rounded part here. It's got this raised area, convex in shape there in the center. And also here we've got a strange right angle in that piece there. Wonder if that could be a dolmen type structure, maybe a fossilized shell. Very reflective over here on the surface. There's another huge piece over here. That there's about 15 to 18 meters long and about 12 meters wide. And again, it's got straight edges, right angles, slightly elevated to the bottom right, and then on top of it, rather strange smaller objects arranged in a circular pattern over there. Next one, another megalithic slab or block, about 10 by 12 meters in size, and it's got this strange V shape over here on the one side. Seen a couple of those on Mars now already as well, and as always the knob there in the center of this one side. Check out this huge slab or block there. There's another block also partially covered with a protrusion or knob on it. Okay, this piece over here is about 13 meters across, and it's got a very smooth reflective surface, got straight edges again, right angles, and there you can see this part is going down into the surface, so we're looking at a potential slab here, almost like a monolith. Right, there's another one of those three-piece objects. That one there's about 13 meters long, consisting of two larger parts, a dividing line or bevel, and then a smaller bridging part in the center. Also seen a ton of those on Mars as well, right? Right, then we're looking at this very weird object over there. It's about 12 by 12 meters in size, and looks very metallic in nature. It's got like symmetry and geometry to it, almost like a craft. Check out the triangular piece here on the one side, there on the other side as well, and then this part here and there, and then these two rounded sides over here, and it's above the, or elevated above the surface. Check out the shadows it's casting. So what the heck is that? I haven't seen anything else like that on Mars yet. This is a first, so check that out. Nothing else like it in this JP2 either. There's another megalithic slab or block. This one's about 13 by 12 meters in size, and it's got straight sides, right angles, and then in parallel to this one side got that long narrow piece there, and it's in the center of the surface there. Also a strange phenomenon that I've shown you so many examples of There's another one of those strange blocks or slabs that we checked out a couple of slides ago, and also it has this strange sort of V shape to it on the right. Straight sides and right angles again. Here's another one of those rectangular objects, about 8 by 12 meters in size. Straight edges, right angle, and then it's got a small block or knob there on the surface in the center line. Strange sort of what I call a tombstone type object. Not it is, folks, but check that piece out. It's about 14 meters long and about 10 meters wide, and it seems as if this rounded part broke off that piece there, but it's got this shape to it, the two straight sides parallel to each other, and then the rounded part to the right. And there's another object with a hole in it and sort of a disc-shaped object to its left. Also there's a right angle there. Cool. We're looking at this object, and it's about 12 by 12 meters in size, and it's partially covered in sand there to the top. It looks as if it impacted here and pushed the sand up to the top. Straight edges, right angle, and then two similar knobs in parallel to this one side. There's another slab or block, and this piece is about 12 by 10 meters in size. Straight edges, right angle, and then on top of it a knob over there. Seems as if it's elevated off the surface, like there could be an entranceway or a hole over here. Alrighty, so let's head on down to Von Kármán, southern mid-latitudes, and there's Von Kármán, a circular depression, and then just to the north the site we analyzed called Rocky Terrain Sample, and there's a look at the artifacts quickly for reference. Okay, let's have a look at some of the other sites around here and some of the artifacts to the north. Outpost structure type 3, that's what I call this one. And it's also consisting of multiple parts, two over there with a separating line or bevel, and a bridging part in the center. There's also a thinner part over here to the bottom. So a very common design feature on Mars. Let's zoom in on there. Check there as well. Got two larger parts separating line or bevel, and the bridging part on the top. There's another example. This is all in the same JP2 there, guys. Two larger pieces, the small bridging part there. And check out this disc-shaped object there. It's got like a hatch on the top. A friend of mine suggested this could even be a pull box Maybe, who knows, eh? But that looks very metallic. Check out the way it's bent over here to the side. Now the pyramidal object there, we can see 3 flat sides. And at the apex we've got that smaller rectangular part. And then various broken pieces here with knobs on them. Right. So there's the site we analyzed. Let's continue up to the north. Additional discs and blocks in our Gaia. Another one of those triangular shapes with a half a dome-like object in its center. It looks almost like a top of an amphitheater. Top of it. Weird. A round disc shape here. Half of it's gone. And then next to it we've got a quarter shape. I wonder if that was part of this. There's another disc. And all these are about 12 meters in diameter. There's another disc embedded in the surface there. And it's got, it looks like a hole there. And that looks like a square object there next to it. Obelisks aligned geometrically in our Gaia Planitia. More discs. Check out this good example. Right in its center, that smaller bright part. Another one of those crescent moon-shaped objects with a little protrusion or knob on it. There's another one. And those two are both in that JP2, guys. So more uniformity and common design features, right? Check out that piece there. It looks very metallic, very industrial type of looking, with these dark spots around this bright dome-like part there in the center. Looks like a broken shell. Very weird. It's got like 2 layers to it. Another one of these delta shaped objects. We've got the large V over here, the 2 rounded edges at the back, and 2 rows of smaller parts in the center there. Looks like some type of structure as well. Centerpiece there for 1, 2, 3, 4 smaller parts aligned geometrically around it. Looks like an opening over here. And let's see. Structures, megaliths and debris south of Douglas on Mars. Another block. Strange metallic type of anomaly there. Looks bent. Those 2 pieces there. A row of smaller parts over that. And there's another 3-sided pyramidal part. Check out the V-shaped opening out to the side. I think I covered this one, yeah, in the previous one. Check out this, another 3-part object, 2 larger pieces, a separating line of bevel, and then a interconnecting smaller part. So let's go somewhere that I haven't shown you guys in a while. Let's see, this is more discs and domes spotted near Ionia Mons. Oh yes, there's that small little disc. Looks if it's floating there, but I think it's attached to a smaller structure underneath. Right, let's see. I've covered that recently, so what else do we have around here? Structures and wreckage south of Lamont on Mars. Quarter disc-shaped object, that long narrow piece lying across it. Another disc. It's got a slot here in the side, in line with this triangular part in the center there. Odds and ends in Ionia Terra. Check out that dome. Another disc embedded into the surface there. It looks as if it's pushed the sand up here to the top left. Hole in it there. What looks like a hatch. Saucer-shaped craft found near Ionia Terra. Oh yeah, those two similar craft. Looks almost like the classic disc and dome UFO, right? And they're very close to one another. I think it's about 80 meters apart. Weird megalithic object south of Hussey. Oh yes, covered this recently as well. Let's see what else we got around here. Just align that. We're going off to the west. Pile of wreckage, structures and structured debris north of Kuiper. Oh, this looks like some type of structure as well. We've got these two long narrow pieces arranged in front of this, which looks like an opening. Then on top, that there too looks like an opening. Sort of like a outpost almost. Strange container type object there. It's hollow inside by the looks of it, and this disc shape is sticking out of it. Wreckage and debris field in Chico Vallis. One of these very metallic looking objects, straight edges and a right angle too. And as always elevated off the surface on the right. Another piece like it there. Triangular part, the hole in it. Looks like a hatch there next to it. And then this strange block with this V-shape slot cutting on the side. Another one of those three-part objects, separating line and a smaller part bridging that gap. Chevron shaped piece sticking out there. Another one of those plectrum or pumpkin seed shaped objects. Guys, one more site and then I'll end off the video. Sculpted pieces found in Terra Serenum. Oh yeah, check out this. That strange fountain pen tip shaped object. That piece is about 10 meters across. Get the perfect symmetry in that. It's like an amphitheater type of design. Eh? Another disc, very smooth. Looks like a fossilized bone. There's a half a disc parked up against that piece. And this type of anomaly or phenomenon I've shown you guys a lot as well. The larger part at the bottom with this triangle always pointing in that direction. And a lot of these anomalies on top of the larger parts seem to be pointing up, and they always seem to be elevated off the surface on the right hand side. Absolutely awesome anomalies down in the southern mid-latitudes of Mars. Let me know in the comments below what you guys and girls make of these strange relics in Von Kármán. Very interesting name. And then to my new subs, thanks for joining. I hope you like my work and my research. And then if you'd like to make a contribution, you're welcome to do so over on my paypal.me account. Links to that in the video description below. And I've also got a blog over there. The link is in the description below, where I post all these original images that I present in my PowerPoint presentations. So thank you guys and girls. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.